Welcome back to the Chattable podcast, where we learn real American English in real life and have fun and be proud. Today, we are thrilled to talk about three specific high-frequency English phrases that really bridge the gap between casual conversation and professional business environments.
Right, because there is this strange area in language learning, the basic words.
Yeah, you can order a coffee.
Exactly. You can ask for directions, but you want to sound smarter.
You want to sound like you really belong in the room.
Yes. Whether that room is a boardroom with executives or just a living room hanging out with friends, it's about precision.
Right.
It's about moving from just correct English to effective English. And the words we have today are fantastic for that.
They really are.
Because they aren't just, dry vocabulary lists. They paint a picture. They have movement and history and weight to them.
If you can see the image in your head, you can use the word naturally. And that is our mission for today's discussion. We aren't just going to give you a dictionary definition. We want to unpack the feeling and the imagery behind these words so you can use them in everything from a marketing meeting to a chat about movies.
So true.
We are looking at three power players today: flock to, log, which is sometimes swapped with register, and boost.
These are great choices. They cover three really essential concepts that come up constantly: movement, record keeping, and growth.
So let's jump right in. The first one is flock to. Now, I have to be honest, when I hear this, I don't immediately think of business. No, I think of nature. I think of a farm, actually.
Which is exactly where you should start. To really get this word, you have to visualize the origin. Flock is a noun used for a large group of animals.
Like specifically birds or sheep, right?
Yeah, precisely. A flock of seagulls at the beach or a flock of sheep on a hillside.
Okay, I've got the picture.
Now, close your eyes for a second and think about how those animals move. They don't move individually.
Right, they don't have a meeting and vote on where to go.
Exactly. They move as a unit. It is completely instinctual. If one bird turns left, they all turn left instantly.
It's that swarm mentality.
Yes. There is this sense of a massive group moving together in the same direction, like they're drawn by something irresistible.
Almost like they are magnetically pulled.
That is the perfect way to describe it. So when we take that animalistic imagery and apply it to business, or really just human behavior,
it becomes a very powerful verb.
It does. To flock to something implies that a massive number of people are drawn to one specific place or product or event simultaneously.
It's not just that they went there.
No.
Because went is boring. Went is neutral. If I say people went to the store, I literally fall asleep.
That doesn't tell a story.
Right. But flock to implies excitement, doesn't it? It implies that if you don't go, you are missing out.
It implies a collective need. Let's look at a classic business example involving the weather to see how this works in the real world. Imagine it is the middle of July. It is a boiling hot day. 95 degrees, the sun is just beating down, and everyone is sweating.
Ugh, I can feel that humidity just thinking about it. My shirt is sticking to my back.
Right. In that exact moment, you have a physical need to cool down. It's not a choice anymore.
It's a survival instinct.
Yes. So a news report or a market analyst wouldn't just say, people bought soda. That sounds like a spreadsheet.
Too dry.
They would say, consumers flocked to soda and sugary drinks to cool down.
I love that image. It paints the picture of the crowd rushing toward the refrigerators at the convenience store.
Exactly.
Like, get out of my way. I need that cold drink.
It suggests that the demand was sudden. It was large. And it was driven by a shared external factor, the heat.
It turns the consumers into a single moving organism.
Spot on. It explains why the sales went up without even needing to mention the actual numbers.
So if I am in a marketing meeting and I say customers are flocking to our new website, I am saying something much stronger than just traffic is up.
Much stronger. You are implying enthusiasm and volume. You are implying that your website is the place to be.
Like it's the cool water on a hot day.
Exactly.
Okay, let's take this out of the boardroom and into a Saturday night. Because we use this socially all the time, too.
Yeah.
It's not just for analysts.
We do. And usually it's about entertainment or trends, anything that generates a lot of buzz.
Okay, picture this scenario. It is the weekend. There is a massive new superhero movie premiering.
Oh, yeah.
You know the kind. The trailer's been out for 6 months. The internet is going crazy. And literally everyone is talking about it.
So there's high anticipation. The hype machine is at full power.
High anticipation.
Yeah.
I am talking to my friend, and we are trying to figure out our plans for Saturday night.
Right.
I wouldn't just say many people will go to the cinema. That sounds like a robot.
It sounds incredibly unnatural.
Right. I would say we better buy our tickets right now because everyone is going to flock to the theaters this weekend. It will definitely sell out.
That is the perfect usage. Everyone is going to flock to the theaters.
Because it captures that urgency.
Yes. It explains why you need to buy the tickets right now. Because the flock is coming.
And the flock is going to take up all the space.
Exactly. It really creates that sense of fear of missing out. FOMO.
If the flock is going, I want to go too. I don't want to be the lone sheep left out in the field.
That is the psychology of the word. It suggests popularity. If you say people are flocking to a new restaurant, you are essentially giving it a 5-star review just by using that verb.
You're saying it is the popular choice.
Exactly.
So flock to is for the crowd. It's for the chaotic, exciting movement. But let's slow things down a little bit.
Let's get a little more serious.
A little more official. Let's talk about our second phrase. Log, or sometimes we use register. Now, these sound a bit more technical to me.
They do, and that is absolutely their strength.
Yeah.
To understand log, we really have to look at history again.
Okay.
We have to go back to the age of exploration.
Oh, nice. Take us back. I'm picturing a big wooden ship on the ocean.
Perfect. Think about the old maritime days. A ship captain didn't just have a little spiral notebook where he scribbled down, "Today was nice, saw a dolphin."
Right, that wouldn't cut it.
No. He had a heavy, leather-bound book called the Captain's Log.
That sounds serious. It sounds weighty.
It was. Every entry in the log was a legal record. It tracked the ship's speed, the weather, the location, the cargo.
So it was permanent.
Completely permanent. If it was written in the log, it was treated as absolute fact. Similarly, a register was an official list of names or items.
So when we use log or register as a verb today in business, we are carrying that history with us.
We are. We aren't just writing something down.
We are making an official, measurable mark.
Exactly. It implies accuracy. It implies that this data is being tracked and kept for the future. It sounds so much more professional than saying recorded or wrote.
Let's look at a corporate example. Because you see this in financial news all the time.
Constantly. Let's look at a big company. Say Domino's Pizza. Everyone knows them. Imagine they have a really great year. They sold a ton of pizzas.
Okay.
If they have a great year, the headline isn't going to be, Domino's made a bunch of money.
That's way too casual. That sounds like a kid with a lemonade stand.
Right. The official report would say, Domino's Pizza logged higher revenues this year thanks to robust consumer demand.
Logged higher revenues. It sounds like it's set in stone.
It really does. It suggests that the accountants have done all the math, the numbers have been verified, and this is the official result.
It adds a lot of weight to the achievement.
It does. If you say, we logged a record profit, you sound like you are completely in control of the data. You aren't guessing. You are logging.
But this isn't just for CEOs of pizza empires, right?
No, not at all.
Because I feel like I can use this in my personal life. Especially if I am trying to build a habit.
Absolutely. In fact, think about the whole quantified self movement, where people track their steps or their calories or their sleep.
Oh, yeah.
This word is perfect for that. It brings that CEO energy straight to your personal goals.
Okay, so let's say I am the listener right now. I am trying to improve my English listening skills.
Right.
I'm serious about it.
Okay.
And I have an app on my phone that tracks my study time.
Right. You are tracking your progress. You are the captain of your own learning journey.
I love that. So at the end of the week, I look at that app. I don't just say, I listened for 10 hours. That's fine, but it's a bit weak.
It lacks punch.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead, I look at the screen and say, wow, I logged 10 solid hours of listening to English podcasts this week.
Notice how that shift in vocabulary completely changes how you feel about the effort.
It really does. It makes me feel like I accomplished a mission.
When you say, I logged 10 hours, it sounds like you are an employee of your own success.
Yes.
You put in the time, you recorded it, it counts. It implies accountability. Because you can't log something if you didn't actually do it.
It feels like I am building a permanent record of my own improvement. Like I have my own captain's log of learning English.
I like that.
Day 45. Log another hour of conversation practice.
That is a beautiful way to put it. And that is exactly why log is so much better than just did.
Because I did 10 hours is fleeting. It just disappeared.
Exactly. I logged 10 hours feels permanent. It goes on your official record.
I love that. It really elevates the simple act of studying.
It definitely does.
Okay, so we have the crowd moving with Flock 2. We have the official record with Log. Now let's talk about energy.
Let's talk about growth.
Let's talk about boost.
Boost is such a fun word because it has a very physical origin that everyone can relate to. It's almost onomatopoeic.
It sounds like what it means.
Exactly. Boost.
When I hear boost, I think of being a little kid.
Okay.
Maybe I'm 6 years old and I'm trying to climb over a garden wall that is just too high for me.
That is the literal meaning. To boost means to push something up from below to help it go higher.
Right.
Imagine you're standing at the bottom of that wall. You look at your friend, you interlock your fingers, you bend your knees, and you say, "Step on my hands, I'll give you a boost."
You are the external force that helps them reach a height they couldn't reach alone.
Exactly. You are the elevator.
You're providing the lift.
Perfectly stated. And that physical action, that upward lift, is the perfect metaphor for business and personal growth.
We use boost whenever we want to talk about increasing numbers, right?
Yes. Increasing numbers or improving invisible feelings. But specifically when something helps that increase happen.
Let's stick with the pizza theme for a second since we mentioned Domino's earlier. How does boost work in sales?
Well, imagine a pizza company is having a slow month. The numbers are totally flat. They are stuck at the bottom of the wall.
They need a push.
They need to change something. So they introduce a new product, maybe a stuffed crust pizza. Something exciting, something delicious.
Something that people will flock to.
See what you did there? Exactly. The people flock to the stuffed crust.
And the result of that new product is that it lifts the sales figures.
Exactly. You would report, the new stuffed crust pizza boosted sales even in a difficult market.
So the stuffed crust was the hands, and the sales figures were the kid climbing the wall.
That is the exact analogy. It provided the lift the numbers needed.
It's a very active verb.
It is. It implies that something happened to cause the rise. Sales didn't just go up magically. Something boosted them.
But my absolute favorite way to use boost isn't about numbers at all.
What is it?
It's about feelings. It's about soft metrics. Because we all need a boost sometimes.
Soft metrics are just as important as hard numbers. Confidence, energy, morale, these things fluctuate, and sometimes they need help.
Okay, picture this scenario, and I think everyone listening to us right now has been here.
Okay.
It's a Tuesday morning, it's raining outside. You didn't sleep well.
Not a good start.
You wake up feeling sluggish, tired, maybe a little grumpy. You just want to crawl back into bed.
We have all been there. The Tuesday morning struggle is very real.
But you can't go back to bed. You have a huge presentation at work. Maybe you even have to give a speech in English.
Talk about pressure.
You are nervous. You're low energy. You need help.
You need a boost. You need to get over that wall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I walk into a coffee shop. I walk up to the counter. I might say to myself, I need a large espresso to boost my energy.
You are using the caffeine to physically lift your energy levels. The espresso is the external force.
And then I sit down with my notes. I go over them one more time. I practice my pronunciation. Why?
To boost your confidence.
Right. I need to review my notes to boost my confidence before this meeting.
That is a great distinction. The espresso boosts the body. The preparation boosts the mind.
In both cases, you are taking an action to elevate your state.
Exactly. You aren't just hoping you feel better. You are actively making yourself feel better.
It's empowering, isn't it?
Very.
To say, I need to boost my confidence implies that you actually have control over it.
Yeah.
You can take an action to fix it. You aren't just a victim of your mood.
That is the key takeaway for Boost. It is active. It is about intervention.
You aren't waiting for things to get better.
No, you are finding a way to boost them. You are finding the hands to step on.
So if we look at these three words together, they really tell a complete story of success, don't they? They fit together perfectly.
They do. Just think about the life cycle of a successful product or a project. You want customers to flock to your product because it's exciting.
Right.
You want to log record-breaking numbers to prove your success.
Yeah.
And when things get tough, you want to find ways to boost your performance to keep growing.
It is a complete narrative. And what I really love is that none of these are rare, dusty words from an old textbook that nobody uses anymore.
Not at all.
You hear these on the news, you hear them in the office, and you hear them at the coffee shop.
They are high-frequency, high-impact words. They're the kinds of words that make native speakers nod and think, okay, this person really knows what they are talking about.
So let's do a quick recap for our listeners, just to lock this all in. We covered a lot of ground today.
Sounds good. First, we had flock to. Remember the birds. Remember the instinct.
Use this when you want to describe a crowd moving excitedly toward a popular trend or a movie or a product.
It captures the energy of the masses. It's about the heat of the moment.
Then we had log, or register. Remember the captain's heavy book on the ship?
Use this when you want to sound official about your achievements. Don't just do things, log them.
It implies accountability and a permanent record. It basically turns your life into data.
And finally, we had boost. Remember the physical lift up the garden wall?
Use this when you need to increase something, whether it's sales figures or your own self-confidence.
It's the active push that takes you to the next level.
Using these specific words adds what we call conversational texture.
Conversational texture. I really like that phrase.
It prevents you from sounding flat. Instead of saying, people went to the store, bought things, and sales went up, which is so boring.
It is grammatically correct, but it puts me to sleep.
Right. Instead, you say, people flocked to the store, we logged record transactions, and it really boosted our quarterly revenue.
See, that sounds like a native speaker. That sounds like a professional.
It gives your speech rhythm and precision. It engages the listener's imagination.
And that is the whole goal here. We want you to feel proud of how you sound. We want you to feel that confidence boost.
And we want you to understand the imagery so you aren't just translating from your native language in your head.
Visualizing the birds, the logbook, the physical lift, that is how you really own the vocabulary. When you see the picture, the word just comes naturally.
Before we go, I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. We talked a lot about business today, but I want you to think about how these words affect your actual mindset.
Oh, this is an interesting angle.
If you change your vocabulary, do you change your behavior?
I think you do.
Think about it. If you tell yourself you're going to log your study hours instead of just doing them, do you take them more seriously?
Definitely.
Does the word itself make you feel more professional about your own learning?
It creates a standard. And if you actively look for things that boost your mood, do you feel more in control of your happiness?
Instead of just saying I'm sad, saying I need a boost completely changes your brain.
It turns you into a problem solver. It is really worth thinking about. Words are tools, and the right tool can change the job entirely.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us for this conversation. We hope you feel ready to flock to your next challenge, log some wins, and boost your English skills.
Be proud of your progress.
See you next time.